Hi, I wanted to walk you through the steps for downloading data successfully to work in JASP. There's a couple critical steps that I want to make sure you knew how to do. So I went to our Module 2 Central Tendency module so that we could find this data set. I'm going to click on this link so that I can download it. Now, you'll notice that Canvas tries to preview the file for me and open the data, and that isn't helpful. I don't want Canvas's view. I want the data set to be downloaded. So how I'm going to do that is click on this link here, and that will download it to my computer. So now you see it's downloaded to my computer. I'm going to leave it there. Do not open it. So that's a critical step that gets missed. And if students open it, it will kind of, I'm going to say, corrupt the file. As it is, you'll see this data set is very boring. It just has numbers in it. But if you ever open up the data set, maybe it opens up in Word or it opens up in Excel or in Google Spreadsheets, those those programs will load that file with back-end data that JASP can't read. So, for example, Word wants to kind of put their stamp on the document, and if it does that, then JASP can no longer read the document. So we want to just leave it in the download folder. Now I had downloaded one previously, so that's why it has a 1 after it. We're just going to ignore that and we'll pretend this is the one that we want. So I'm just going to leave it in my download folder, and then I'm going to go to my Google Drive and upload it from there. So resist the urge, don't open the file. Now I'm going to go into Google Drive. I'm going to click on JASP data. This is my Google Drive, and this is where I save files so I know where to find them. So I'm going to click on New, File, Upload, and then I'm just going to go right to my Downloads folder, and I'm going to click on Pretend 1 because that's the file we're dealing with. Now, I suggest that if you're using Google Drive or OneDrive that you make a folder for us so that you can always find the data and never have to go hunting around. So that upload is complete. So now I'm going to go to JASP, and I am going to go to that main page. If you're not sure how to find JASP, if you just go to Google, not Google Drive, sorry, just Google, and then you search the word JASP, it should come up as the top option. And I am going to launch it online. If I do that, I have to still go to download JASP, but I'm going to scroll down to where it says run it in your browser. It's going to use Rollup, and it already signed me into Rollup earlier. If you haven't done that yet, go check out that video on how to launch Rollup. So now if I go to File and I open my computer and I look at, I'm just going to browse my Google Drive, and now it's going to see everything in my Google Drive. So I want to scroll to JASP data because that's where we put it. And there you see Pretend 1. And so this will work because it doesn't have all the Excel or spreadsheet or Word backend data. Now, if that works for you, you can hit stop and just go about your ways. If you want to understand why that worked, JASP is free. And for JASP to be able to interact with Word documents, Excel documents, those files, they have to have a relationship. And JASP would have to pay Microsoft to have the relationship built or the language. And so since this program is free, we don't want to have to pay for JASP to have a relationship with Microsoft. So instead, what we do is we save the files in a very, very generic form that all programs can open, and therefore JASP can interact with it. And so other programs like SPSS or other stats programs, they might be able to open up Excel files or Word files or Google spreadsheets. And that's because you pay a good price for those companies, and then they've paid to have the language that's necessary for opening up those files. Since JASP is free, we're going to be using the free resource of just the very generic data, but it does mean that we can't open up those Excel files and things. We have to have them in this very generic form. If you'd like to find out how to take data from Excel into a CSV file so that JASP can open it, we have a video on our main website. Check it out in case you want to upload your own data to analyze.